Now in Good Morning Northwest, election integrity. How Spokane and Kootenai counties are making sure your ballots are secure and counted.
Today we'll have less wind and more rain, but some other changes are coming. What and when coming your way?
The new charges and disturbing details we're learning about the man who attacked House Speaker Nancy Pelosi's husband in his own home. You're watching Good Morning Northwest here on 4 News Now. Good morning and thanks for waking up with us. I'm Derek Dice.
And I'm Robin Nance. It is Tuesday, November 1st. Welcome to your new month. Mark is here telling us how we're starting in the first alert forecast.
Just wet. We have rain all over the place, snow into the higher elevations, but it's rain for the most part all the way up to about 4,000 feet. 41 degrees currently, and we have that also into Coeur d'Alene, same conditions, rain and 41. 4 things you need to know. The rain will be throughout today. Showers coming in tonight. The snow level drops, but as it drops, this system moves out of our area, and so we could see some snow, but mainly under the grassy areas for the most part. The wind event potentially Friday night into Saturday as a cold front comes in. The radar very busy with, again, those rain showers. You see the blue, that's the snow in the higher elevations. The pink, that could be rain or snow depending. But I-90 is wet, no doubt about it. That 24-hour forecast has this staying over the top of us with, again, more snow into the higher elevations, Sandpoint, Bonners Ferry, Kalispell, into the mountains just to the east of Coeur d'Alene, the northern Rockies, and then it'll move out and we will dry out. 43 will be our high today. Here's the next 12 hours. Spokane, Coeur d'Alene, going to be rain with maybe a few breaks in middle of the day, the afternoon, but our high today is only going to be 43 degrees.
This hour from the Breaking Now desk, a situation we'll be watching closely over the next couple of hours is the case on the attack on Paul Pelosi. Today, the 42-year-old accused of assaulting Paul, the husband of House Speaker Nancy Pelosi, is set to appear in court in San Francisco. He faces up to 50 years in prison. Now, David DePape is looking at new federal and state charges: assault, attempted kidnapping, and attempted murder. And we now know a few more details about that attack. DePape told police he was going to hold Nancy hostage and talk to her. If she lied, he was going to break her kneecaps to show other members of Congress there were consequences to actions. That's according to a federal affidavit released yesterday. This is the latest statement from the San Francisco district attorney here. She says DePape will be held accountable for the violent attack and that the city will prosecute him to the fullest extent of the law. We'll also be following an ongoing investigation into DePape's media presence. Authorities say they're continuing to dig into DePape's social media posts that allegedly include unfounded conspiracy theories. Reporting in studio, Sydney Charles, 4 News Now.
In our For the People coverage this morning, the Spokane County Elections Office is now working with $42,000 worth of new security surveillance cameras to ensure your vote is secure. The surveillance system comes from the Help America Vote Act. Spokane County was awarded nearly $400,000 to be spent through 2024. The cameras operate with a motion detector and record, but don't stream. Spokane County elections officials tell us the cameras will not record confidential voter information like email addresses, signatures, and votes.
We had a grant, so we upgraded to include all access points to that and the recording of them, so we didn't have to put tapes in or do that, so we can actually have the retention period for these cameras.
Elections officials tell us the system has been up and running since mid-October to deal with early voting. And as voters turn out to cast their ballots, election integrity continues to be a top priority.
Local leaders say they're confident your vote is secure. Kootenai County Commissioner Chris Filios tells us the process they use gives them the best shot at an accurate result. This involves a machine count of 3 separate ballots through 3 separate machines. The objective is for the result to come out the same with all 3. Filios says it's highly reliable, and they've been doing this for quite some time, long before the 2020 election security was believed to be an issue by some. He says the most important part of the whole equation is our community.
The public having confidence in the fact that their elections are secure. Okay. Once you lose that confidence, and then eventually that leads to a potential loss of confidence in democratic institutions, and then when that happens, the country is ripe for civil strife.
The integrity of that process is crucial, and Filios says machine counting is far superior to manual counting. As you can see here, voters at this election office are given the space and the privacy they need to cast their votes.
1 week until elections, and politicians are pushing hard for their parties.
out and vote up and down the slate. Vote for Republicans, good, great Republicans.
Just about every Republican politician seems obsessed with two things: owning the libs and getting Donald Trump's approval. That's their agenda. It's not long, it's not complicated, and at least to me, it's not very inspiring.
Whether the scales of Congress tip toward red or blue will be determined by 4 key states, according to polls from the New York Times and Siena College. Those states are Nevada, Georgia, Arizona, and Pennsylvania. Millions of voters have already voted early as candidates take part in their final debates before the big day on Tuesday.
And you can find all of our election coverage on city, state, and national races. Share your questions and tell us which races are important to you. Just go to our For the People coverage section on KXLY.com and download the 4 News Now app and the KXLY Plus streaming app.
In the 4 News Now, Coats for Kids drive collection is done. Distribution time is almost here.
But before we can do that, we have to get those coats ready to go out to families in need. Destiny Richards is live this morning at Alsco, where we have the big cleaning project underway.
That's right. This is the next phase of the Coats for Kids campaign. They're collected, they get cleaned, and then they go out to families and kids who need them for the winter season. Alsco has been doing this. This is their 3rd year doing the coat cleanings for us. They normally do washcloths and hospital uniforms and things like that, but coats is not something that they normally do. They do that just for us here at 4 News Now, and those distribution sites are getting ready to open. Some of them in Coeur d'Alene as soon as this week, but in Spokane, you can expect them to open next week. And as we've been hearing from Mark, it's just in time for winter coming early. So we're talking this morning about where you can pick up those coats and what it looks like when they go through the cleaning process. That's this morning on Good Morning Northwest.
Okay, so important, so needed around our community. It's now 6:07.
All right, yesterday the rain didn't end up being as bad as we thought, but it's raining much harder this morning.
Right. Hayden got the rain last night.
Oh,
we did not. Temperatures 53, our high yesterday. Today 10 degrees cooler. We're going to be at 43 and rainy. Yeah, we've got more on that forecast and some big changes coming up.
A road construction project that's causing loads of headaches for drivers is hitting a speed bump. I'll tell you about the delay.
And you may want to rush out and get that Powerball ticket. The jackpot just keeps growing. The massive amount it's grown to. Coming up.
Stream 4 News Now on your TV for free with the KXLY Plus app.
Coeur d'Alene Wigs not only has a large selection of new and updated styles, we offer refurbishing and repairs on your current wig. Let Jennifer and Sandy at Coeur d'Alene Wigs help you have that great hair day every day. Appointments recommended.
Freedom, liberty, pursuing American dreams. That's Idaho. But Joe Biden severely threatened our way of life. Reckless energy policies sent gas prices soaring, irresponsible spending, and record-breaking inflation. Open borders allowed dangerous drugs and crime into our neighborhoods. I'm Mike Crapo. I approve this message because we are Idaho, and together we'll fight to protect Idaho's way of life.
Living in the Inland Northwest has its advantages, and one of those is working with amazing people who dedicate their time and efforts to help others. STCU's Volunteers Count is a program to say thank you for this service and inspire others to give back too. Please tell us about a volunteer at a local nonprofit that inspires you. Go to KXLY.com/volunteerscount and nominate them. Help us showcase those people who give of their time and truly make a difference. Volunteers Count, brought to you by 4 News Now and STCU.
Set your targets on winning cash at Chewelah Casino. Earn entries now playing your favorite games with your Sun Club card. You can earn bonus entries Saturdays in November. Chewelah Casino's Bucks Fever cash drawings are Saturday, November 26th. Starting at 6 p.m., you could win your share of $8,000 cash and Sun Club prizes. It pays to play at Chewelah Casino. Learn more at ChewelahCasino.com.
I'm Chris Jordan, candidate for County Commissioner. My Republican opponent is not telling the truth about me. It's straight from their playbook. First, make stuff up. What? Then, twist my words. Next, prey on fear and repeat, repeat, repeat. But I know Spokane won't fall for it. The truth is, I've protected public safety and worked with both parties to get results.
Vote Chris Jordan, Democrat.
Coeur d'Alene Wigs not only has a large selection of new and updated styles, we offer refurbishing and repairs on your current wig. Let Jennifer and Sandy at Coeur d'Alene Wigs help you have that great hair day every day. Appointments recommended.
4 News Now is brought to you by End the Violence.
Welcome back. Here's a look at what's new on Good Morning Northwest. Nicholas Cruz, the now 24-year-old who admitted to killing 17 people at a high school in Parkland, Florida in 2018, will be sentenced this week to life in prison without parole.
And before he receives his official sentence, a 2-day hearing will begin today, where the victims' families will have an opportunity to address Cruz in court. Cruz himself also has the right to make a statement in the sentencing if he chooses. We do not know yet if he will.
Polls are open in Israel's 5th elections in less than 4 years, with former Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu hoping to make a comeback after being shut out of power following last year's vote. Voters will cast their ballots today for the party they support. Each party that gets at least 3.25% of the popular vote gets a certain number of seats in the legislature based on the percentage of total number of votes it won. Official results could be available tomorrow.
The Powerball jackpot has climbed to $1.2 billion. It comes after no one matched the winning numbers in last night's drawing. The next Powerball drawing is tomorrow night. And if someone is lucky enough to get the winning numbers all by themselves, it'll be the 2nd biggest jackpot in Powerball history and the 4th biggest in U.S. lottery history.
10-second takeaway. Oh, rainy and cool. Man. Yeah, it's going to be rain gear needed. Layers. An umbrella would be well because we don't have a lot of winds forecast today. Up to 10 miles an hour. High today, 43.
Well, wet weather has delayed construction on North Monroe Street. They're laying asphalt, but the sticky material underneath the asphalt doesn't take when it's wet. Spokane's Public Works Department says the current plan is to work on the west side lane starting this morning. Then it will take another week to complete the final steps like striping and small repairs. So the project is now expected to be completed between November 9th and the 11th. So just a little bit of a delay. Yeah, they'll get it done. Good Morning Northwest time is now 6:13 on the dot.
And one project ends, another one begins. We will show you what Mark and the Extreme team are working on now, and we'll tell you who it'll benefit.
And we're live at Alsco this morning, where all the Coats for Kids coats get cleaned before they, you guessed it, go to the kids. Coming up, we'll tell you where you can pick one up starting this month.
4 News Now is brought to you by the Satay Bistro.
Sign up for breaking news alerts with the 4 News Now app.
Fall is among us. Let Peters & Sons Florists help you surprise your someone special with a bouquet arrangement bursting with the colors of autumn. Celebrate the season. Fall is among us. Give someone flowers. It always makes them smile. Peters & Sons Florists. Call or click today.
Every election, they keep coming back. Career politicians. This year, treat yourself to a change. Patty Murray's been in office for 30 years. The scary results? Reckless spending triggered record inflation with crushing gas and grocery prices. And we're all terrified by runaway horrific crime. After 30 years, it's time to break the spell and make Patty Murray disappear from the Senate. ESA Fund is responsible for the content of this advertising.
Orders up! Bing, 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 bing. We're hosting an Eat and Greet. 2 incredible chefs go the extra mile with disco fries and a parm pie you've got to try. Next, Rachel.
Watch Rachel today at 3 and 4 News Now at 5.
Looking for quality and experience? Coeur d'Alene Denture Clinic has been providing personalized care to their clients for over 30 years. Full dentures, implant attachments, repairs, fittings, adjustments, they do it all. With competitive costs and quality service, you'll leave Coeur d'Alene Denture Clinic smiling.
Since 1945, Sturm Heating and Air Conditioning has been serving Spokane and surrounding communities. A lot has changed since 1945, but one thing that hasn't is our mission to nurture long-term relationships with our customers by offering quality products, flat rate pricing, and industry-leading workmanship. And with our 24/7 service, we will get to you anytime, anywhere. Call for a quote today and see for yourself why Sturm is Spokane's first choice for heating and cooling. Or visit sturmheating.com.
Scotty has never seen our children.
A price I was honored to pay.
Today, too many families are having to sacrifice, and I fear we are losing our country. Life is unaffordable and our communities less safe.
We need change. That's why my hero, Tiffany Smiley, is running for Senate.
I won't stop fighting until we leave our children in America worth giving their eyesight for.
You got this.
With your help, we will. I'm Tiffany Smiley, and I approve this message.
Fall is among us. Let Peters & Sons Florists help you surprise your someone special with a bouquet arrangement bursting with the colors of autumn. Celebrate the season. Fall is among us. Give someone flowers. It always makes them smile. Peters & Sons Florists. Call or click today.
All right, welcome back. All of the coats have been collected for this year's Coats for Kids campaign, and soon it'll be time to give them out to children in our community this winter.
As some of the distribution sites will open as early as today. Destiny Richards is live at Alsco, where the thousands of coats collected have been dropped off, and they're going to do all the cleaning.
Yeah, some of them have already gone through that process, but there's still more coming in because everyone in the community stepped up and got these coats donated for kids in our community. And we're here with Blake Long, who's the production manager here at Alsco. This is your third year doing coats for kids for us. Tell us a little bit about just what people can expect with today and going forward with getting these coats ready for kids.
Yeah, so it is our third year. We enjoy doing this. It's great for the community. We feel good about what we're doing here. What we're going to do is we're going to keep letting people bring in that stuff. And we're just going to keep washing and going through the recycle. I imagine with it being the last day, we will probably have a few hundred to maybe 1,000 more coats coming in. It usually happens the last couple days. We get a lot more influx of coats coming through. So.
It's been really cool to see just the process of the things that you guys clean here. Does it normally go in these sacks and then goes around and into the chute? Is that what would happen with the coats?
So normally our linen comes in carts. We sort it on the soil belt, and then it's going to get hung and go into the slings into the chutes. With your guys' stuff, we just open the bags, throw them down the chute, and that's how we start our process with them.
Yeah, very cool to see how this all works. And I know that you guys keep everything separate because you don't want that cross-contamination. So very cool to see here. And it's nice to know that this is where it comes to before it goes to kids and gets on their backs for the winter season. So coming up, we'll see some of these coats go in the chute and talk again about where that distribution is happening so you can pick up the coats. I'll send it back to you guys.
It is time for it. You know, these mornings are cold, and pretty soon the whole days are going to be cold.
Oh, that's foreshadowing when it comes to the forecast.
I didn't like what you showed us earlier. Just really did not.
Not a fan.
Almost throwing spit wads. I'm just telling you.
If we would have had something here.
Extreme Team back in action again.
Yes.
This one for Veterans Day. Not surprised. We've been working on it for a couple of years. We finally got the pieces we needed to make what will be an interactive Vietnam Vets Memorial that is going to be going into place next week. Now, this is Jacob Tritt with Tritt USA. He's a fabricator. He's doing a beautiful job. Shamrock Machine gave us the blanks. They make widgets that go into other things, and this is what's left over, and it's stainless steel, and it's absolutely
really
beautiful.
fast.
Oh, well, I took a little time lapse there. Also, we have 3 different manufacturing things going on. Tritt USA, we're going to be there again today. Custom Fabrication Design is working on an aircraft piece, and Garco is working on some very heavy-duty stainless steel. So it's going to be great when it all comes together. The atmospheric river is coming together, and it's flowing right over the top of us. And that's what we're going to be seeing not only today, but through the weekend. 31 for the overnight low. Yes, rain changing to snow, but this system is going to push into Idaho and Montana, so we have a chance of seeing snow on the grass and such. The morning commute, maybe in some areas a little light snow, so we're going to be keeping an eye on it. 42 into the valley, downtown, Liberty Lake 41, all the way up into Spirit Lake and Deer Park. So we have consistently mild temperatures to start a day, but we're going to see these temperatures really ending our day as well. Yeah, radar is busy. It's rain. We didn't have this yesterday. It was staying south of I-90 and then pushing up through areas, like, say, Coeur d'Alene, Hayden Lake. They got more rain on their Halloween than areas of downtown Spokane and north. But we're all getting the rain now. It's light rain, but it's going to accumulate. We're going to see up to ½ an inch. Here's what happens when we get from Thursday into Friday. So Thursday is going to be a nice day. It's going to be mild. It's transition. Now we see the potential for what will be snow changing over to rain for the morning commute and snow into the higher elevations of Idaho and Montana. That's going to be that thing. That's going to push out. A cold front comes in, and then gusty winds Friday into Saturday. It'll be a 1-2 punch. 43 into Spokane, Coeur d'Alene 42, 43 into St. Mary's. Here's your planning forecast. 43 today, again tomorrow. It looks like tomorrow afternoon looking okay. Thursday is going to be dry and cooler at 41 with overnight lows down to 25, but relatively dry. It's this that we see Friday. That starts as snow, changes over to rain. Saturday, it's going to be windy with a chance of showers. Sunday, 41, and then Monday, 36 for the high with potential for light snow and overnight lows into the mid-20s. So Mother Nature loves the extreme team until now. And next week is going to be cold.
A drop-off from what we see there behind you on Monday.
Oh,
yes.
boy.
Not great.
Not good. No. Mark, thanks. It's now 6:21. Gonzaga's pay-per-view exhibition game against Tennessee did not go as planned.
No, it didn't. But the Zags can take out their frustrations on Warner Pacific tomorrow in another exhibition game. We'll hear from these two guys on getting right for the season next in sports.
Download the 4 News Now app today.
Meet your local essential workers.
What I like about the UFCW 3000 is for the benefits that make our lives better.
They make sure that we have secured pension and retirement.
I can work part-time and still maintain my health care coverage.
I don't see myself going anywhere else because of UFCW 3000 benefits and wages.
Thanks, UFCW 3000.
Support local essential workers who live in and support our community. Go to ufcw3000.org to learn more.
I seem to be having a problem with my heat. It seems to be making this sound.
Oh, no worries. We can certainly take care of that for you. At Mainstream Heating and Cooling, we speak your language.
This is one of your major investments. At Car Wash Plaza, we'll help you maintain the value. Rust, grime, and street chemicals are constantly attacking your vehicle. That's why we deliver a premium touchless wash.
I can't afford a new car. I'm taking care of this one.
Our state-of-the-art touchless system thoroughly cleans the exterior and the undercarriage.
It's the best in the Northwest. Find a location near you at carwashplaza.com.
Toys R Us is now open at all Macy's stores. Find the season's hottest toys and everything on their wish list. Toys R Us, now playing at Macy's.
When the hands that do the fixing need fixing, when the hands that do the caring need caring, that's a job for O'Keeffe's Working Hands. It's America's #1 selling hand cream and guaranteed relief for extremely dry, cracked hands. Also available in O'Keeffe's for healthy feet.
The more I learn about Tiffany Smiley, the more worried I get.
Tiffany Smiley has said that it would be awesome to have Donald Trump support. Donald Trump is far from awesome.
She questioned the integrity of the 2020 election.
Come on. Smiley promised Mitch McConnell that she would flip control of the Senate to him.
They could rig the courts with more extreme judges.
She could give Mitch McConnell the power to pass a nationwide abortion ban.
That's horrible.
The more you learn about Tiffany Smiley, the worse it gets.
Women voters responsible for the content of this advertising.
I'm Mark Peterson, the Extreme Team and Horizon Credit Union, ready to take on the next task. If you know of a project that needs an Extreme Team makeover, go to KXLY.com denominated. 4 News Now Extreme Team brought to you by Horizon Credit Union.
If you paid the $9.99 for Gonzaga's pay-per-view matchup against Tennessee last week, the good news is the proceeds went to a good cause. The bad news, you probably didn't expect Gonzaga to lose by 18 points. Now, it was just an exhibition, so think of this week as a clean slate. The Bulldogs host Warner Pacific in an exhibition game at home on Wednesday. It's the first of 2 home games before getting into the meat of the non-conference schedule against teams like Michigan State, Texas, and Kentucky. It'll also be a chance for the Zags to clean up those mistakes that haunted them in the loss to Tennessee last week.
This is my 4th year here.
you know, I'm not going to take it for granted. I'm really excited to play all these teams, especially Kentucky and Spokane. Like, that's just one of my dreams, so I'm super excited.
Just getting these guys in order, you know, getting them suited up and ready for the big schedule this year, you know, it just means the world to me, you know. Learning from the older guys last year, being able to sit back and really, you know, watch and gain knowledge, you know, that's pretty much my whole intention was, so I'm ready to go.
And we are ready as well. Tip-off between Gonzaga and Warner Pacific is scheduled for 6 o'clock Wednesday from McCarthy Athletic Center, and we'll have coverage on that evening live from McCarthy. Thanks for checking in with Morning Sports. I'm Julian Minnesone.
This was a rare sight on the Spokane River yesterday, a coven of witches on stand-up paddleboards.
We just want to get out on our paddleboards and have a little witchy magic on Halloween this year. So we're 3 sisters.
They are sisters in real life, and they dressed up as the Sanderson sisters from the popular Halloween movie Hocus Pocus. They paddleboarded from downtown Spokane to No Lie Brewery, which is a fun thing to do. They did it just after lunchtime yesterday. The sisters tell us their paddles make for good broomsticks.
See, my wife and I did that paddle like 3 weeks ago. Much better weather at that time. It was like 70-some degrees still.
Oh, those witches. Hope they made it safely. It is now 6:26.
All right, before we go to another break, here's your first look at what's coming up on Good Morning America, starting at 7.
In this morning's GMA First Look, as we officially head into November, the countdown to Christmas is on. We take a look at the best early Black Friday deals dropping now that you don't want to miss. This morning, Halloween is barely in the rearview mirror, but the holiday sales barrage has already begun.
Early holiday deals at Amazon. We're really seeing things start earlier than ever before.
Amazon, Walmart, and Target starting major sales campaigns in October. And now from Best Buy, their Black Friday deals right now, promoting the Roku streaming stick at $24, while it normally retails around $50. Or the Black Friday preview from Land's End with these cashmere-lined tech gloves almost 40% off. And coming up at 7 a.m., what you need to know to strategize ahead of time to save you time and money in order to score the best gifts for all your loved ones. With your GMA First Look, I'm Becky Worley, ABC News, Oakland, California.
When moderate to severe ulcerative colitis persists, put it in check with Rinvoq, a once-daily pill.
When UC got unpredictable, I got rapid symptom relief with Rinvoq. Check.
When UC held me back, I got lasting steroid-free remission with Rinvoq. Check.
And when UC got the upper hand,
Rinvoq helped visibly repair the colon lining. Check. Rapid symptom relief, lasting steroid-free remission, and a chance to visibly repair the colon lining. Check, check, and check.
Rinvoq can lower your ability to fight infections, including TB, serious infections and blood clots, some fatal, cancers, including lymphoma and skin cancer, death, heart attack, stroke, and tears in the stomach or intestines occurred. People 50 and older with at least one heart disease risk factor have higher risks. Don't take if allergic to Rinvoq, as serious reactions can occur. Tell your doctor if you are or may become pregnant.
Put UC in check and keep it there with Rinvoq.
Ask your gastroenterologist about Rinvoq and learn how AbbVie could help you save.
Stream 4 News now on your TV for free with the KXLY Plus app.
Save your greed! Listen up. Everything we've worked for has led to this moment. Training is over. It's time to be efficient, like the Kubota Grand L Series. It is time to grind, like the Kubota LX Series, which is packed with extras. It's time to be tough, like the rugged BX Series. So let's get out there and plow, fight, and win.
Bill's Heating and Air Conditioning is your family-owned and operated #1 HVAC contractor in the Northwest. Bill's Heating and Air Conditioning would like to introduce our own carbon reduction program. Buy a new energy-efficient furnace from Bill's Heating and receive a matching air conditioner with installation absolutely free. No hidden fees, no conditions, no exceptions. Buy a furnace, get a free AC from Bill's Heating and Air Conditioning. Call today for estimates and repairs.
With a huge expansion, Lookout Pass has doubled the skiable terrain. But our season pass prices haven't doubled. Adult passes, just $445 through November 18th. This is the year to Ski Lookout Pass. 500 acres of new terrain, including 14 intermediate and advanced new runs, plus our second quad lift. We still have the best powder, we're still the most affordable, and still the most fun with friends. Hurry, pass prices go up after November 18th. Visit skilookout.com for more.
From 4 News Now, this is Good Morning Northwest.
4 News Now Story Tracker starts with some breaking news this morning.
According to TMZ, Takeoff of the rap group Migos was killed early this morning in a shooting in Houston. Law enforcement told TMZ it happened around 2:30 at a bowling alley. While playing dice with Quavo, another member of Migos, an altercation broke out and another person shot and killed the 28-year-old Takeoff. 2 other people were shot and injured. No arrests have been made.
And another day, another record for Taylor Swift. She is now the first ever artist to claim all top 10 spots of the Billboard Hot 100 charts. Her single, Antihero, from the new album Midnights, is #1. The other 9 spots are other songs from the album. Because the Hot 100 includes streaming, a song no longer has to be a single to enter the charts. Good morning, Northwest. I'm Robin Nance.
And I'm Derek Dice. It is Tuesday, November the 1st. Mark Peterson is here with a look at that first alert forecast and a rainy start to the new month.
Oh, yeah, rainy here, Liberty Lake, all the way into Coeur d'Alene and beyond I-90 as you make your way up Lookout Pass. 40 degrees down Coeur d'Alene, cooling. We're still at 41 degrees. We're not going to see much in the way of the thermometer changing much today. Here's the 4 things you need to know. The rain is today, and it will stay throughout the day with showers overnight. Snow levels drop, so we'll see those showers turn to snow showers, but pushing into Idaho, leaving our morning commute with maybe some snow into the grassy areas and a wind event potentially Friday night into Saturday. Radar, yeah, it is busy, and we see that from Moses Lake all the way up into Kellogg, and we're going to continue to have that light rain throughout much of the day. You can see our 24-hour forecast shows it just sort of hanging out right up against the mountains and staying with us with maybe a break this afternoon, but that's going to be about it. Our highs stay into the low 40s all over the place, mid-40s into Colville, near 50 into Coulee City and Moses Lake at 48 and 49 respectively. For us, it is the rain showers again, maybe some breaks here and there. It's light rain in Spokane. Our high today, though, just 43 degrees.
News from the Breaking Now desk. The Federal Reserve is hours away from another meeting. This meeting will last 2 days, and the Reserve is most likely going to raise interest rates by another 75 basis points. The aggressive moves so far have pushed average mortgage rates over 7%, which is more than double the rates at this time last year. But what exactly does that mean for you and your family? Well, if you were considering buying a $400,000 house, the monthly payment on that home 12 months ago would have cost you just under $1,800 a month. Now that same home in 2022 at that raised 7.3% interest rate would cost you around $2,742, almost $3,000. This is a look at the U.S. stock futures right now, so we'll get to see how the stock market reacts to the news once that final report is released tomorrow. This will be the Reserve's 4th straight supersized hike, and it's all part of the Fed's continuing effort to curb inflation by increasing the cost of borrowing. Reporting in studio, Sydney Charles, 4 News Now.
We are just a week away from Election Day, and the race for U.S. Senator in Washington is very close right now.
Tiffany Smiley and Patty Murray continue to battle for a seat in D.C. The implications of this race cannot be overstated, especially as some polls show Smiley, the Pasco native, closing the gap on the incumbent. After answering voter questions during Sunday's town hall, both candidates still have money to spend and are looking to make the most of these final few days to get voters in their corner. In the past week, Smiley has released 3 new ads targeting Murray for rising prices and increased crime.
Now, record rapes, carjacking, murders, and overdoses plague our communities. Who's to blame? Patty Murray.
Meanwhile, Murray has fired back with ads of her own.
Give them their chance. Oppose Tiffany Smiley before it's too late.
According to Open Secrets, Smiley has spent just less than $15 million during this campaign. Incumbent Senator Murray, more than $20 million. And it's likely we will see more advertisements trying to sway undecided voters into their corners. And you can continue to follow our For the People coverage section on KXLY.com. We have access to voter guides and in-depth stories on the races you care about. Just go to KXLY.com/forthepeople. A new provider and a new approach. That's the city's next plan to tackle homelessness and clear Camp Hope.
Starting today, the Salvation Army will run both the Trent Resource Center and the Cannon Shelter. And with winter approaching, the city is scrambling to move people inside and try a new model they learned about in Texas. It's called a navigation center, but homeless advocates say they're already doing this on site at Camp Hope. They provide meals, clothes, and medical outreach right across the street. The fire department recently gave the tent a permit that allows it to stay up until June of next year. This tent is where a number of local and state service providers are already meeting clients, but it's not where the city wants the work to happen.
Our definition, or the way we want to use TRAC as a navigation center, is to bring people in from the cold into an indoor space where they have a bed, where they have access to showers and restrooms, where they have 3 meals a day and connection to services indoors during the winter.
Well, Julie Garcia of Jules Helping Hands says people at Camp Hope have given the Trent Shelter a try, but some of them ended up coming back to the camp. Garcia doesn't think Trent has the space to house people and connect them to the service providers they need. But the city says the building can house everyone, and they can get the same help at the Trent Resource Center that they're getting at Camp Hope.
We are following the breakthrough today in the Delphi, Indiana double murder investigation. An arrest more than 5 years after 2 girls disappeared while taking a walk. 8th graders Abby Williams and Libby German mysteriously vanished in February of 2017 in Delphi. That's about 70 miles north of Indianapolis. Their bodies were found the next day. Police sifted through tons of evidence, including thousands of tips and a video taken by one of the girls on the day of their disappearance. The recording believed to be the killer's voice. Indiana State Police arrested 50-year-old Richard Allen. He is a member of the Delphi community who works at a local CVS. He's being held without bond and has pleaded not guilty. His trial is set to begin in March.
All right, Good Morning Northwest time is now 6:37.
Mark is back and it's a wet start to our day.
Yeah, the morning commute, light rain continues to fall. The green light's on. I mean, it's light rain, but we want you to take it easy. We're going to get some big changes from rain to snow, wind, bitter cold, you know, the usual.
And Halloween is big business again, with the average person spent on Halloween this year, and how Gen Z is leading the charge next.
4 News Now on your time with Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
Freedom, liberty, pursuing American dreams. That's Idaho. But Joe Biden severely threatened our way of life. Reckless energy policies sent gas prices soaring, irresponsible spending, and record-breaking inflation. Open borders allowed dangerous drugs and crime into our neighborhoods. I'm Mike Crapo. I approve this message because we are Idaho, and together we'll fight to protect Idaho's way of life.
I'm Aaron Luna from 4 News Now. There's a lot on the line this election day. Before you vote, get informed with For the People coverage. Send your questions to KXLY.com. We'll get answers now until Election Day. That's what we mean when we say expect more.
Get durable fire and theft protection for your home with American Security's UL burglary rated and ETL certified fire rated BFS Safe Series. ESL 10, our highest grade consumer electronic lock. Confidently store all your valuables with the most trusted name in the business, providing peace of mind by protecting people's most valuable possessions.
Available at Safe and Vault store in the Spokane Valley.
Celebrate 25 years of magical memories at Coeur d'Alene's Holiday Light Show. Make your holiday bright with a stay at your favorite hotel on the lake.
September 7th was horrible.
All hell broke loose.
80% of the town lost their homes.
My family's home burned to the ground. It was just heartbreaking. Kathy was there for us.
Not taking political sides.
She's done a lot.
Put her name on the line to help here.
Kathy helped us start the journey to rebuilding.
She went above and beyond. She genuinely actually cares.
I'm Kathy McMorris Rogers, and I approve this message.
perfect, right? Joe Manganiello. So who does she like better, you or your wife, Sophia?
Me.
I love that.
She wanted the dog, but the dog wanted me.
Watch Kelly today at 4 and 4 News Now at 5.
It is 6:40. The good news is teenagers are drinking and smoking less. The bad news is they're vaping and using pot more. Researchers at Columbia University looked at more than 500,000 teens over almost 30 years. They found that fewer are using cigarettes, alcohol, and illegal substances. Drug use was lowest for those who were less social but spent more time taking part in organized activities, including sports. But there were exceptions. Researchers found cannabis use and nicotine vaping increased among teenagers. Researchers also noted that substance abuse was higher among teens with a lot of unsupervised free time.
10-second takeaway on a Tuesday morning. It's rainy, it's cool. You'll need some rain gear, some layers. It's a cold start, but also an umbrella would work because we don't have a lot of winds forecasted. 43 the high today.
Well, the National Retail Federation says participation and spending this Halloween is expected to return to pre-pandemic levels, and Gen Z is leading the charge. Spending is predicted to reach a record $10.6 billion. Now that COVID-related restrictions are easing, they're more comfortable partying, going on bar crawls, and attending social gatherings.
Consumers under the age of 25 are turning out in full force. About 87% say they're planning to celebrate the holiday this year, and we're seeing the highest levels of spending in areas like adult costumes that we've seen in about 5 years.
Now, the NRF says consumers plan to spend an average of $100 this holiday. Costumes were the biggest expense at $3.6 billion, followed by decorations at $3.4 billion and candy at $3.1 billion. 1 in 5 people plan to put their pet in a costume, with pet spending expected to exceed last year's record high, reaching $710 million. And you know how I love that. And we're still showing off costumes from ghosts and goblins, young and old. You can find this photo gallery on KXY.com and even submit your own.
Yeah, even your pet photos with costumes. It's now 6:42.
All right, Destiny Richards is live with the next phase of Coats for Kids.
This week, all of those collected coats are going to be cleaned here at Alsco. This is just a fraction of them that have come in this week. And coming up, we'll also be talking about what you need to know to get coats for the kids in your family.
Download the 4 News Now app today.
Change is just a part of life. As humans, we're wired to handle life's changes, big and small. COVID-19 is one of those changes, and it's sticking around for a while, whether we like it or not. Each new wave requires us to adapt, to adjust, but together, we will. COVID keeps changing, but so can we. Visit takecarewhat.org to learn how.
Every election, they keep coming back. Career politicians. This year, treat yourself to a change. Patty Murray's been in office for 30 years. The scary results? Reckless spending triggered record inflation, with crushing gas and grocery prices. And we're all terrified by runaway horrific crime. After 30 years, it's time to break the spell and make Patty Murray disappear from the Senate. ESA Fund is responsible for the content of this advertising.
Since 1945, Sturm Heating and Air Conditioning has been serving Spokane and surrounding communities. A lot has changed since 1945, but one thing that hasn't is our mission to nurture long-term relationships with our customers by offering quality products, flat rate pricing, and industry-leading workmanship. And with our 24/7 service, we will get to you anytime, anywhere. Call for a quote today and see for yourself why Sturm is Spokane's first choice for heating and cooling. Or visit sturmheating.com.
I'm Chris Jordan, candidate for County Commissioner. My Republican opponent is not telling the truth about me. It's straight from their playbook. First, make stuff up. What? Then, twist my words. Next, prey on fear. and repeat, repeat, repeat. But I know Spokane won't fall for it. The truth is, I've protected public safety and worked with both parties to get results.
Vote Chris Jordan, Democrat.
4 News Now is brought to you by Becker Buick.
It's now 7:15. If your children need coats this winter, our 4 News Now Coats for Kids campaign is giving out thousands of them collected from the community.
But before that, our partners at Alsco clean the coats that are gently used. Destiny Richards is live at Alsco with what that process looks like and what you need to know about picking up a coat.
Yeah, you can pick up coats as soon as this week and next week in Spokane and Coeur d'Alene, but before they go to you and the kids in your family, they have to get cleaned. We're here with Blake Long again. We're already seeing some of the process of the coats getting cleaned. Tell us about how long this takes when you get a group of coats together getting ready to go in the clean process.
So a load of laundry is going to take from the dirty cycle to being fully clean and ready for pickup about 3 hours. And that varies obviously depending on what it is and how we're moving that product. With the coats, we like to make sure that we're putting them in individually, making sure there's nothing in the pockets, no tags, nothing on them that might go into the wash that we wouldn't want. But yeah, so what you have Jeff here doing is he's actually putting the coats in individually, checking each one, and we're going to fill up that wash load, get it washed, get it dried, and then out to you guys.
Yeah, and you said even if they're new coats that have the tags, they would just disintegrate off anyway.
Correct. So if there was a tag left on, if it was a brand new coat that someone donated, that tag's not going to stay on there. It'll get ran through the wash. You won't ever see that tag again. So.
Very powerful washing and drying going on here. So you can guarantee that your kids are going to get a bright, sparkly, clean new coat for the winter season. Again, you can go to our website, kxy.com/coats4kids. That's where all the distribution sites and times are going to be, so you can pick up your coat for the winter. I'll send it back to you guys in studio.
It's a great partnership with Alsco, and so much thanks to everybody in the community who donated.
Yep, and all those partners who help with the campaign each and every year, too. All right, you're taking a look at downtown Spokane. We've had quite a bit of rain already this morning.
Yeah, we're going to pick up to half an inch by the time the day is done, and we've got more moisture coming our way. The atmospheric river is underway. Let's show you where everything is coming from. Right now, today, 43 degrees. Yesterday was 53, so we're going to be much colder than yesterday. 31 for the overnight low. Rain changing to snow, but snow pushing out before it stays in Spokane. Right now, we're in the low 40s all the way across the board. Cheney, you're at 39 degrees, but Deer Park at 41. Get into Idaho, you're in the low 40s as well. We're going to do sort of a deep dive to give you an idea of where our energy is coming from, so you see where it goes all the way down into the Yakima area, the Tri-Cities, coming up, and then I-90. In our little world, it's going to be a continuation throughout the day of that light amount. Now, west winds are slowly going to push this across, but it's going to take a while before it exits. We look at a closer view, and yeah, we do have some very light rain falling into the Spokane area, but it's going to continue. We have heavier amounts to the north and to the south, but not that much heavier. Okay, so now we're going to talk about what happens today and tomorrow. So we've got the rain currently. That's going to stick around throughout the day as our 48-hour forecast goes. Now at 5 o'clock, we still have light rain with snow into the higher elevations of Idaho. By tomorrow morning, 5 a.m., while we do get cold and we see snow, that should be into the Coeur d'Alene area and moving towards Montana. So we have some dry weather with a chance of showers tomorrow afternoon. Not a big chance, but still that possibility. Thursday is dry. It's Thursday into Friday. We see another round. So 43 today, 42 into Coeur d'Alene, 42 into Pullman. Here's what happens Thursday night into Friday. So we've got Thursday looking high and dry, but it's Thursday night into Friday that we get that snow, an inch or so, and then changing over to rain Friday morning. So it's not going to stick around, but Friday morning's commute could have some snow and slushy snow on the roadways, bearing in mind that their road temperatures are still going to be relatively warm, and then we're going to stay with some rain Friday into Saturday. Friday's going to be a mess. So Friday morning could start off with some slushy streets. Higher elevations are going to see snow, Upper South Hill, you get into Green Bluff, 5 Mile, and then for the weekend, it's going to be a mix of scattered showers. Saturday, winds, and that's another system we're keeping an eye on. It's going to be busy end of the week.
Oh, boy.
Sure looks like it. All right, Mark, thank you.
Good morning, Northwest Times. Now 10 minutes before the hour.
All right, your morning sprint is coming up next. Don't go away.
Stream 4 News Now on your TV for free with the KXLY Plus app.
4 News Now is brought to you by Coeur d'Alene Denture Clinic.
I'm Patty Murray, and I approve this message.
Why is Mitch McConnell spending millions to convince you to support Tiffany Smiley?
Tiffany Smiley is outstanding.
So Trump Republicans can pass their extreme agenda. Repeal the Affordable Care Act.
Tiffany Smiley is outstanding.
Slash Medicare. Privatize Social Security.
Outstanding.
Overturn elections.
Outstanding.
Ban abortion. Roll back same-sex marriage.
Outstanding.
Smiley is Mitch McConnell's hand-picked candidate for Senate, making her the wrong choice for us.
Hi, I'm John Butler with Century 21. Welcome to beautiful Gem Shores Estate here in Hayden Lake, the most premier waterfront property for sale in North Idaho. This 8,600 square foot masterpiece is designed with the most unique furnishings from all over the world. Every piece has a history and a story to tell. When this home sells, the furniture must go. Consign Furniture in Liberty Lake is the only company we refer our clients to. Our clients deserve the best, and Consign Furniture delivers every time.
It's a prime-time Plinko party like you've never seen. Qualify in November and win a shot at Plinko Cash at the Kootenai Casino in Bonners Ferry. And our Plinko party is just the beginning. Midweek room rates are just $109 for Kootenai Falls Lodge or $129 for a Riverview room. Both come with breakfast for two. If you like parties and you like winning cash, book a getaway to the Kootenai Casino. Call 888-YOU-ARE-LUCKY or visit KootenaiRiverInn.com.
Elite Tire and Suspension is your premier tire and suspension shop. From heavy machinery to your tricked-out truck to the family rig, Elite Tire and Suspension can do it all. They have top-notch customer service, the best warranty in town, and easy financing. Their experienced team will keep you on the road with correct tires, suspension, and alignment. They make sure you and your family are safe and happy with the work they perform. Call or click today or stop in anytime. No appointments necessary. Elite Tire and Suspension in Coeur d'Alene and Ponderay.
I have a little bit of savings, but I depend on Social Security and Medicare. I'm alarmed to read that Tiffany Smiley supports a plan that could virtually, in all respects, end Social Security and Medicare in 5 years. Then she'd make Congress fight about whether to create those programs all over again. It's a nightmare. Tiffany Smiley, I earned my Social Security and Medicare. I will not let you take them away.
Women Voters responsible for the content of this advertising.
See breaking news in your area or have a story idea? Contact 4 News Now. This Good Morning Northwest morning spread is brought to you by Bill's Heating and Air Conditioning.
All right, 6:53 is your time. Let's get you ready to take on your Tuesday here in the morning sprint.
Destiny Richards is live this morning at Alsco, where we have a big cleaning project underway for Coats for Kids.
Sydney Charles is bringing us the latest on the attack on House Speaker Nancy Pelosi's husband, Paul.
But let's get straight to Mark first with a wet start to a new month.
I believe November 1st already, right? First alert weather, it is the light rain that continues. Temperatures right now, 40 into Coeur d'Alene, 40 into Spokane, light rain all around. The radar, very busy, will be so for probably the remainder of the day. Some areas will have lighter rain than others, but we'll see it continue. Our 12-hour forecast taking us through the early evening is, rain with some breaks middle of the day. The high today again, 43 degrees.
And the person responsible for attacking House Speaker Nancy Pelosi's husband is set to appear in court today. David DePape is looking at charges for assault, attempted kidnapping, and attempted murder for attacking Paul Pelosi. DePape told authorities he was going to hold Nancy Pelosi hostage and talk to her. If she lied, he was going to break her kneecaps to show other members of Congress there were consequences to actions. That's according to a federal affidavit released yesterday. He's expected to be arraigned in court today. Coverage on the Pelosi attack will continue on Good Morning America.
The Spokane County Elections Office is now working with $42,000 worth of new security surveillance cameras to ensure your vote is secure. The surveillance system comes from the Help America Vote Act. The cameras operate with a motion detector and record but don't stream. Spokane County elections officials tell us the cameras will not record confidential voter information like email addresses, signatures, and votes.
As voters turn out to cast their ballots, election integrity continues to be a top concern. Kootenai County Commissioner Chris Filios tells us the process they use gives them the best shot at an accurate result. This involves a machine count of 3 separate ballots through 3 separate machines. The objective is for the result to come out the same with all 3. Filios says the integrity of the voting process is crucial and machine counting is far superior to manual counting. He says the most important part of the whole equation is our community.
The race for U.S. Senator in Washington is very close right now. Tiffany Smiley and Patty Murray continue to battle for a seat in D.C. After answering voter questions during Sunday's town hall, both candidates still have money to spend and are looking to make the most of these final few days or rather week to get voters in their corner. In the past week, Smiley has released 3 new ads targeting Murray for rising prices and increased crime. Meanwhile, Murray has fired back with ads of her own. It's likely we will continue to see more ads trying to sway undecided voters into their corners.
And we've been live this morning at Alsco, and they're the company doing the cleaning for our Coats for Kids campaign. The collection period has come to an end, but all those coats are now getting cleaned and they'll be distributed this month. You can go to our website, kxly.com/coatsforkids, where you can see the locations in Spokane and Coeur d'Alene where families can get those coats for the kids in their family. And if you missed your chance to donate, there's still a lot more chances to get coats into the hands of kids. So consider giving to a local clothing bank.
The National Retail Federation says participation in spending this Halloween is expected to return to pre-pandemic levels, and Gen Z is leading the charge. The spending is predicted to reach a record $10.6 billion. Now the COVID-related restrictions are easing. They are more comfortable partying, going on bar crawls, and attending social gatherings.
Wet weather has delayed construction on North Monroe Street. They're laying asphalt, but the sticky material underneath the asphalt doesn't take when it's wet out. Spokane's Public Works Department says the current plan is to work on the west side lane starting this morning. The project is now expected to be completed between November 9th and the 11th.
Starting today, the Salvation Army will take over operating the Trent Resource Center and Cannon Shelter. With winter approaching, the city is scrambling to move people indoors and try a new model. It's called a navigation center, offering shelter, food, medical, and connection to other resources. But homeless advocates say they're already doing similar work on site at Camp Hope.
Pilots at Delta Airlines have taken a step towards a strike. The 15,000 members of the Airline Pilots Association at Delta voting nearly unanimously to authorize a strike if negotiators can't reach a new contract. But federal law bars an actual walkout unless it's approved by mediators.
For the first time in years, new car prices are starting to cool off. Since hitting an average of just more than $46,000 in July, J.D. Power says they've been dropping a little bit. The average in October, $45,600.
And coming up next on Good Morning America, new details on the man charged in the Delphi murder case. The suspect living in the community more than 5 years after the Indiana teens were killed.
At 4 News Now, we believe you should expect more from local news. Our team is committed to a community conversation and bringing you information you need when and where you need it. Numerica believes in and supports that mission.
What I want people to know about Numerica's involvement is that it's genuine.
I work at a company that supports the community because we're a part of it.
It's important to give back to the community you live in. We are truly here to help, and we're passionate about it.
They keep us safe, put their lives on the line every day. Yet radicals want to defund the police and give criminals get-out-of-jail-free cards. That's the last thing we need. Law enforcement has a champion, Kathy McMorris Rogers. Kathy says no to defunding the police and voted to secure more funding for local police departments. Endorsed by police and sheriffs, Kathy backs the blue and they back her.
I'm Kathy McMorris Rogers and I approve this message.
I'm Aaron Luna from 4 News Now. There's a lot on the line this election day. Before you vote, get informed with For the People coverage. Send your questions to KXLY.com. We'll get answers now until Election Day. That's what we mean when we say expect more.
Taking a live look outside, boy, it's wet weather. It is light rain showers continuing to fall in Spokane, Coeur d'Alene, and elsewhere all the way down into the Tri-Cities. Our forecast today, yeah, it's going to be light rain, maybe tapering off here and there throughout the middle of the day. Our high, 43 degrees. It'll be 43 again for Wednesday, but we see Thursday being dry and 41. Thursday night into Friday, we have the chance of snow changing to rain and then winds for Friday into Saturday with very cold weather coming in next week. Get ready.
And you don't even want to ask Mark what happens after Monday.
We'll see you throughout GMA. Starts now.